Erev Tov, everyone. Good evening. This isn't one of my usual videos that I do, and I really don't like to do these, and it's been a long time since I've had to do one, but I really need to do this and make everyone aware of what is going on and the actions that I have taken, and I would encourage everyone else to do the same. I have noticed that there's a lot of posts going on Facebook that Facebook is removing um, things that they shouldn't be removing, and it actually is a civil rights issue. So before I get into that, and I'm hoping that this is going to be a very short video because I have other things that I do need to do with the ministry. I'm going to say please like and share this with as many people as you can. I will be posting it, yes, to Facebook where the violation has occurred, and also I am posting it to all the other social media platforms and to my email list that I normally post it to. So share it far and wide. People need to know what is happening, and I know people have undergone the same things, but know what you need to do with it, because if we do not do anything, if we sit back, we've come to a time frame. If we do not do anything, um, there's going to come a time when we're not able to do anything at all. So this is the time, and actually, I've actually let this go on for 5 years, but early this morning, this was like the last straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. I posted my daily post, my daily devotional post that I usually post to uplift people, and they look for them. They look for them in Africa and all over the place in Pakistan, um, and Facebook, and actually gave me a message that they removed my post, that it violated the rules and it is offensive. Well, let me tell you what I posted. I posted a Bible verses, Ephesians chapter 2 verses 1 to 10. How is that even offensive to anyone? How I posted it, there was a picture, a really beautiful picture of clouds and sun, and it says Thursday's message, see attached. And it says the goodness of God, Ephesians 2, 1 to 10, God bless. And on the body of the post, it was simply the Bible verses from the Messianic Jewish Family Bible Tree of Life version. So, as I said, that was the last straw, and there was no reason for this. Um, I actually did take action because this has gone on for 5 years. I'm going to give you some of the examples that we have had to endure with Facebook. But this was it, and I'm sure I'm going to have to give all these examples uh, to the FCC. I decided I've had enough. I actually, they pulled a fast one on me maybe about 4 months ago, and I appealed it to them. They said they would get back to me in 4 days. They never did. So I was going to call my local congressman then, because what they removed like 4 months ago, it was basically my Tuesday meeting. They, I have the ministry has a Tuesday meeting for the ministry and anyone else that wants to join in, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we were actually running a class at that time. So I really needed to get that information out, and we did it in a post, and we use freeconferencecall.com. So there was nothing but the information on how to connect to the meeting, to the class, and we had people enrolled in the class, so there was no reason for them to remove it. And they did the same thing. And then they went, and I mean, this post has been going up as long as we've been doing things online and meeting online. They removed 80 weeks of that meeting post. I couldn't believe they did that. I watched them do it. I'm like, these people are totally ridiculous to remove them all. That there was nothing wrong with them for 80 solid weeks. Seriously? And suddenly they honed in on our ministry. Yes, we are Messianic Jewish, and I'm going to tell you this: they have done anti-Semitic things to us as well. A couple years ago, I posted a candle with just it was just a black background with a candle that says Holocaust Remembrance Day. That was it. They removed it, did the same thing to me, and I was like, seriously? So these are some of the things that we've been up against and severely being shadow banned. So I had actually put a post that I can't get Thursday's message up because this is what happened. They only allowed one person to see it, and that was probably me. But little do they know that I got the word out anyway. So people are well aware. I've sent that post, to people that really want that, the daily devotional posts and this is just absolutely ridiculous. But what I did, because I've been meaning to do that, I did call my local congressman's office and I said, this to me, and I've actually refreshed myself. I knew right away that it was. And I looked it up and I said, yes, this is Title VII. This is a violation of Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, and it's been updated to include social media. And he said, you are absolutely right. So they have violated, in this instance, it has been religious discrimination. Um, and I am going to push back. Enough is enough. 5 years, I'm a very easygoing person, and I will let things go and shake it off and move on. But after 5 years of this, and I see it's getting worse, and I see fellow believers are being also persecuted. No, it's time we make a stand. So I did call. I just figured they'd tell me what to do, and basically they said this is even beyond local and state. This is a federal offense. And I was like, whoa. So yeah, they're going to be gathering information for me, and I may also have to file a complaint and talk to someone with the FCC. So they cannot be doing this. And here in the United States, we are not we are a constitutional republic with rights. And when they infringe upon our rights, we have every right to stand. And that means believers too. And this is, I prayed about it and I was told to, in the spirit to go and do what I need to do because I'm standing up for you and I'm standing up for me. And I've had about enough of this. Um, so yeah, I talked to my local congressman's office. Very nice gentleman I talked to, and yeah, they're going to actually gather information for me to proceed with this. But the reason why I'm doing this video is I'm going to encourage anybody that this has happened to, and I know I've seen a lot of my friends posting like Bible stuff was removed and called offensive, and actually their pictures were blocked off like you would think there was something obscene, and it's actually beautiful Bible imagery. It's like, really? No, we need to not just laugh this off and shake it off. This is really it's a demonic attack on the church, and I'm not going to stand for it now. Um, and yeah, I hear you that our ministry has been under attack almost from the get-go. And yes, I hear that I hear all this. Yeah, you're a big threat to the kingdom of darkness. Yeah, but if I keep letting this go, it's going to get worse. So it's been going on for 5 years. So I'm some of you have heard some of these things because I've shared that on Tuesday evening, some of the things that have happened. um, and it's just Facebook. It's nowhere else. I mean, I posted the same thing to Gab, to Twitter, to USA.life, to MeWe. I mean, there's not an issue there. I never have any issues. The same things that are being posted there are being attacked on Facebook. I don't know what's going on. I just thought maybe it's a badly programmed AI bot. I sure hope that that's what the situation is, and then they need to deal with this. Or I sure hope it's not a human being doing this because That's not good. But anyway, yeah, enough is enough. Well, I'm going to tell you right from the beginning, when I joined in, on the minister group, actually, my cousin, I came alongside him in ministry. He asked if I would. And at the time that he asked me to, this is funny, you guys are going to laugh at this. I was not a Facebook person, and all of my friends know this is true. And now I'm on all the time because I'm on for the ministry. And as you see, most of my posts are all ministry. Even on my timeline, I used to just come on and do fun little memes and things like that when I came on and wish people a happy birthday, everybody that I've missed. But my MO on Facebook, I was not a social media person. I might have come on like maybe every 3 months to 6 months. And my one friend, it was funny. I mean, I had stopped in to visit her one time, and she said, "You just crack me up, Karen." She said, "You just totally crack me up because I see you come on and you're like, I just want to wish everybody a happy birthday that I missed while I was gone." And it's like, I know for a fact you're going to be there for a day or two and then you're out of there. And who knows when we're going to see you next on Facebook. That was my Facebook experience. Seriously, I was not, I was not a social media person. I pop on, pop off, and it's like, yeah, yeah, okay. At the time, Pastor Jeff, who's my cousin, asked me to come and minister alongside with me. I had been out actually off Facebook for 10 months. I, I wasn't interested. It wasn't the top of my list. And he said, "Oh, by the way, I have a group." I said, "Oh, no." And I told him this. He goes, "Well, do the best that you can. If you can come on and just add to posts or whatever, okay." Well, what happened is once we got hooked up with the ministry, and we were doing things together. It was a God thing. It wasn't anything that we did, but our ministry started growing from like 12 to within less than a month we had 500 members, and they were not. Our idea was we were only going to do local ministry. And that's what the group was going to be curtailed to. Even our name at that time was curtailed to local. But suddenly we were getting people from all around the country, and the next thing you know, we're getting people from outside of the country. And I know we were actually on the phone together going, "What is going on here? This is not what we had in our little minimal plan for this ministry." We were not thinking outside of the box. We were just thinking very small. But obviously God has another plan, and this is God's ministry, so let's see what happens. Next thing we're up to 1,000. And then Facebook started saying, I guess that was a red flag for Facebook, because they started shadow banning us. Not because we did anything, but because now something's going on here. Prior to all that, we didn't have any issues. Then people were sending us messages, and they were very upset, asking us why they were kicked off of our group. And we're like, "What are you talking about?" So we later found out Facebook's like kicking people off the group, and we know for a fact they were doing it because one of my cousins was kicked off the group page like 5 times. At first, we kind of laughed it off, and then it became like really annoying, to know that, yeah, this is they're really targeting our group and preventing the growth of our group. At one point in time, I had an automatic invitation to the group for anyone that became friends with me on Facebook. They would get the automatic invite. Well, that wasn't going out either. Even then, I manually was inviting anybody that friend requested me, and we became friends, you know, right from the start. And if they joined, they joined. If they didn't, they didn't. That was fine. That was totally up to them. And they weren't getting it either. I found out. So it's like, really? And interestingly enough, this is kind of funny. Um, it was kind of funny at the beginning, and we did laugh about it, but now looking back, it's very annoying. All those people that were kicked off of the group, and then we would re-invite back to the group. I would back then I was getting messages. We were getting messages. Thank you for growing your community with Facebook. Well, yeah, it would be growing a lot better if you would stop interfering and kicking people off the group. I mean, it's like as soon as they would be, I'd have a whole group of people that we'd welcome. This is what would happen. I was like, this is ridiculous. So from messing with our members, to severely shadow banning, and I know that I we are being severely shadow banned because when you make a post on a group, and there's like 2,000 people on your group and only two people see your post, you know something's wrong. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that one out. But this attack on on believers right now, and I'm not the only one, so I don't want to go out there and say, "Oh, woe is me, I'm the only one." No, I have seen other posts out there, but this just, I guess, ticked me off enough to take action. I mean, enough is enough. This is the last straw, and I'm pushing back now. And I would encourage each and every one of you. I mean, if it is clearly that simple, and like I said, I don't post. I try to stay out of posting politics because I don't know where you know, people are as fact on my group, where they're going, and what side of the aisle they're on. I'm on here to share the word of God, to reach people that have not been saved. We've actually had salvations online. I've done them in private chats, and I'm here to pray for people. I'm an intercessory prayer person, so I go through my timelines and I'm actually praying for people, um, those kinds of things. I don't have time for this nonsense. And neither does anybody else. But this is clearly in our country a violation of our civil rights. And we really need to stand up and not let that be trampled over, because if we don't stand now, uh, they could be taken from us, and then we won't have any recourse. Um, and I come from, my heritage. We see what has happened with my heritage historically, and we say never again. And we're fighting against anti-Semitism, which also I had to fight on Facebook as well. But it's time to stand up and be counted for, and not allow this stuff to go on. And that doesn't mean that we're always going to win our cases or whatever. And I really wasn't looking to present a case. I was looking to file a complaint, because this is just ludicrous anymore. So I don't know where this is going to go, but I have taken action, just because 5 years of this is enough. Like I said, I'm an easygoing person, and I'll usually just let things roll off of me until I've had enough. And when I've reached that level of okay, enough is enough, then I will push back. And like I said, I did pray about it, and so I'm making a stand for all of us. And I'm encouraging everybody to do the same that has had these experiences. Call your local. And I called my local congressman because I just figured I'd go to the local level. I wasn't going to jump the gun and go, oh, I'm going down to Washington D.C. and make a big deal about this. No, I just wanted to see, am I on the right track here? Because I feel like I am, and I know my rights, and I know this is just not right. And the answer that I got was like, I didn't expect to be punted up to the federal level and the FCC level. I just figured they'd take my complaint and make note of it, and you know, when they have their meetings, discuss this and what have you. But no, actually, what he said was, "This is beyond local and state. This is a federal issue." And so he's going to gather information for me and see where I have to go from there. So I don't know how long it'll take for him to do that, but that's where that is. So it is a serious offense against us and against our rights. So, like I said, there's been many, 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 many instances, and I think I did mention the 80 posts the 80 posts that were removed, just to announce my weekly ministry meeting, which is ridiculous. But anyway, those are some of the things. I'm not going to go. There's more, but those are some examples of some of the things that we've gone through. And basically, we've actually, when we've actually decided, we were a public group and it was open to anybody that wanted to join, and it still is. But I had to actually, Facebook was doing some weird stuff with public groups, and we vet our people. I don't need Facebook to monitor my ministry that I'm running for the Lord. We have always kept our group page safe. There's not been people bullying people, because if they do, they're gone. We've actually talked to them. If they refuse to comply, they're gone. We have our own rules that need to be followed, and we do moderate and we do watch what's going on. Um, so I don't need Facebook's help to tell me how to run a safe ministry, which is ridiculous. So what they were going to do was actually make it unsafe and allow anybody and their grandmother to just jump in there without us vetting it. I'm like, oh no, I don't think so. And I know Pastor Null had wanted to go private at one point, and I thought, I gotta. When the Lord says we need to do that, that's when we'll do it. Until then, I don't want to. I don't want to like limit the access to people that may see this, and they ask and request to join. Um, and that's why I had held off. And we do, it is visible. We went private to protect our members, and our members were very glad that we did that, because there was no guarantee of their safety online, and I was not going to have any of that, So we have to protect our people. So that is why we went private. But we went private, but you can still visibly see the group and request to join. I've always gone to profile pages to see who it is that's trying to join. Um, and if you're going to post witchcrafts things on your timeline, I'm not going to let you in. No, thank you. So we've said no to some people, because they didn't answer our questions, um, and yeah, we're not going to have any of that. Um, so we've really worked to keep our group very safe. So it is. And there's been no trouble with anybody. So Facebook really has no reason to be doing these things, So this is called harassment as well. So that's where I'm at with that, and I know I'm venting. um, and I usually don't do this. Like I said, I'm especially to make a public video, but this is time to do that. And it's been a long time since I've had to do this. And this is also when they've done some crazy things to to our ministry that I've had to in the past. But that's about all I'm going to say. I could go on and give example after example. I actually have kept notes, and I've kept snippets of some of this stuff. And the funny thing is our group standing is in excellent standard with Facebook. And then they turn around and do this stuff. Really? I mean, isn't that quite contradictory? I mean, I don't know. It's crazy. But I know these are the days that we're living in, so we need to be prepared. But we don't need to roll over and let somebody walk all over us either. And, I'm just not gonna tolerate that. And I think 5 years has been long enough. I could have actually reached out to my local congressman a long time ago, but this was it. I knew at some point the last straw would have came. And when you're saying Bible verses are a violation of what? Unless you're satanic, it's not a violation to anyone. It's not hurting anyone. And actually, let's go there. I'm just going to read that verse. Actually, it could actually help save someone. Okay. This is Ephesians chapter 2, verse 1 to 10. It is entitled Destined for Wrath, Saved by Grace. You were dead in your trespasses and sins. At that time, you walked in the way of this world in conformity to the ruler of the domain of the air, the ruler of the spirit who is now operating in the sons of disobedience. We too all lived among them in the cravings of our flesh, indulging the desires of the flesh and the mind. By nature, we were children of wrath just like the others. But God was rich in mercy because of his great love with which he loved us. Even when we were dead in our trespasses, he made us alive together with Messiah. By grace, you have been saved, and he raised us up with him and seated us with him in the heavenly places in Messiah Yeshua to show in the Olam Haba the measureless richness of his grace and kindness toward us in Messiah Yeshua. For by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not from yourselves, it is the gift of God. It is not based on deeds, so that no one may boast. For we are his workmanship, created in Messiah Yeshua for good deeds, which God prepared beforehand so we might walk in them. And just to let you know, the Hebrew word olam haba means the world to come. But that's all that was posted with, like I said, that the picture that has Thursday message, the attached, and I just read the attached, and it's entitled The Goodness of God. Beautiful picture of clouds and a sun breaking through. Then Ephesians 2 verses 1 to 10, and God bless on the left lower corner. Really? That's breaking rules? I don't know what kind of rules that is, and why that would be offensive. But I just wanted to let you know that is going on, and that's the reason for this video. And I wanted to let you know what action that I have taken, because I'm not sitting back and just letting this go anymore. Because this is not the first time. And I'm glad that I didn't, because, yeah, this is a violation of civil rights. So I would encourage each and every one of you that has encountered anything like this on that particular platform, and I know there's been a ton of you. When I scroll down, I have seen a ton of you having these types of issues. If if it involves your civil rights, you have every right to file a complaint, and I would encourage you to call your local congressman and get things rolling. So, so that we do keep our freedom of speech and keep our rights, our legal rights. So it's not to cause a ruckus, but these are our rights that are being infringed upon, and it is, like I said, ludicrous and ridiculous. So hopefully I don't need to make another post like this, in a long time to come. Um, that is what I'm hoping. And thank you for listening. Please like and share this. And I hope this is helpful for some of y'all who have gone through the same things. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.